I'm going to selfishly say it's a little more special for me because Pash knows he won't say it. When it's all said and done, he's going to be in 3 or 4 Hall of Fames. It is a damn crime that Adam Shine is not already in the Radio Hall of Fame. This is the greatest Hall of Fame for us there is.
That's
come
awesome.
on, guys.
Nick, congratulations on your induction into the WAER
Congratulations,
Hall of Fame.
Nick.
You were inducted alongside
nice.
Dave Pash,
Thank
Adam
you.
Shine. They used a good picture. I actually, this means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't think you guys were going to do this. There's my family. They deserve all the credit. You guys just saw Danny Perkins. He flew in from Chicago to be there. He did radio with me. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, I'm sure, soon thereafter. And this is a lesson to anyone out there. Follow your dreams, do your best, and if you eventually make a big enough donation, they'll put your face on the wall somewhere. That's the lesson for everybody. Thanks, you guys.
That's why
very
Nick doesn't
kind.
have two cars.
We got tears to get to. Thank you, guys. It's very, very kind. You guys are great. We got tears. Let's do tears.
Bravo, Nick. That was great. We're proud of you, buddy. We're proud of you. Before that, let's do some weird and wonderful. A little baseball here. Rangers, Yankees, bottom 7, 2 on, 1 out. Aaron Judge blasting off my Yankees with a nice 7-1 win to keep pacing that crowded AL wildcard chase. Pretty wonderful. Kevin Wilds, though, what else you got for us?
Oh, we'll start with the weird, and by weird I mean shameful. Conor McGregor at Wrigley with one of the worst pitches of all time. Now look. Look, if you think this was an earnest attempt at throwing the ball over the plate, then God bless you. Because you either have to question, if he was trying to throw it, you have to question your preparation. You have to question the preparation. If you trained to do this, unless it was sprung upon you, like, hey, do you want to throw it out? And you throw it that far. To me, this feels like a desperate plea for attention. Shout out to the mascot, whose face does not move. It's not an animatronic, but he is still able to capture a range of emotion when he sees the ball hit the bricks. Horrible job by Conor McGregor. I don't think it's funny. I think it's a disgrace to baseball. Sorry, buddy. Just not a fan. Not a fan at all. Moving on to the wonderful. You know who I am a fan of? The old Boston Red Sox in these yellow jerseys. Ground ball to second. Baez ready to field it, but nope. Lindor with the grab. Oh, you see this happen in the outfield sometimes. Rarely happens in the infield. Baez, like, what's going on here? I'm pretty sure that was mine. Red Sox win and avenge the 1986 World Series. Great job, fellas. And finally, the weird. We're going back to the world of boxing. Our third boxing story. Caleb Plant and Canelo face off to promote their fight on November 6th. You're not going to guess what happens next. Yep, a shoving contest. This is the weird part. Open-handed slap at Canelo. He dodges it because, he's Canelo. But he hits Plant with a little left, and he ends up getting a cut under his eye. Plant shows up to the post-game, pre-game press conference with a little Band-Aid under his eye, and I don't think it was for show like Nelly used to wear. It was an actual thing. The fight is still on, but the guy does now have a cut on his face, and now you know about it. And that's the weird and wonderful from the national pastime and boxing. Wow.
I am all caught up on boxing.
A lot going on.
It is Wednesday, middle of the road for days. Top of the heap for tiers. Nick's got his newest NFL tiers to unveil. We got a lot to factor in after week 2, Nick. So sit back, buckle up. Brady and the Bucs continue dominance. The Pack bounced back. And what was it? I feel like there was one other. What else stood out in week 2? Oh, yeah. Kansas City Chiefs. Nick, take us through your NFL tiers entering week 3.
All right, well, listen, as any avid viewer of the show or just sports consumer worldwide knows, this is the committee's tiers. And while I'm not going to bore you with the committee's parliamentary procedures, just know there had been 7 of us. After yesterday, meeting long into the evening, 2 of the committee members are no longer with us. Did they die? No, but they're dead to me, for the record. Dead to me. Wow. There was controversy, there was argument, and so it is still the committee's tiers. There's only 5 of us now. Let's reveal them, and then we'll get into the controversy. All right, we're going to go quickly through the very bottom. Giants almost won. You stay the worst team in football. The 4 teams above you, you're all terrible. Jags, I wanted to root for you. It's very difficult. The group above, you've shown a little bit, Couple of you have wins. I know Broussard thinks the Colts and Vikings could be alive. I think the Falcons could be alive. But these are your worst 10 teams in the league. All right, now to the more interesting tiers and the more noteworthy teams. All of them, playoff caliber defenses. All of them, super questionable offenses. I hate to do that to Jalen Hurts, but he's got to expand his throwing area aside from just the right quadrant of the field. Big Ben is cooked like a turkey, and we know the quarterback situations for the other 4. Undefeated, but untrustworthy. You're 2-0, but can anyone really trust you? Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold are the quarterbacks for the first 2. That speaks for itself. Oh, the Raiders. But what about the Raiders? What about the Raiders? When could the Raiders ever start 2-0 and then flame out? Well, how about last year? How about the year before with Gruden when they started 3-2 and then flamed out? The Cardinals. Nick, why are the Cardinals up there? Well, first of all, the Cardinals shouldn't be undefeated if the Vikings kicker could make a 37-yarder. Second of all, you guys know how I feel about Cliff Kingsbury, but maybe more importantly is this. I think Kyler Murray might have like the reverse PTSD from the Hail Mary to DeAndre Hopkins. It was such a great thing that happened to him. He keeps trying to recreate it. The problem is he's doing it. It's like 8 minutes into the first quarter. Blammo! He's just firing it downfield. Kyler, you're not always trailing by 6 in the final 30 seconds, but he plays like he is, so they make me a little nervous. But the Cardinals could move up, as could the Raiders. All right. Now revealed, and now we're getting there. We're getting there, and we're getting close to the controversy. Okay. Playoff caliber. Chargers, Titans, Cowboys. They all have a loss. They all have definitely playoff caliber. Fringe contenders. Ravens, Seahawks, Bills. They all have a loss that was a little head-scratching, but we also know if you tell me any of those 3 teams are playing their A game, they can beat anybody in football. And now the controversy, and now what cost us 2 of our committee members. Here we're at. True contenders.
What?
You might say, I know what you're thinking. I know you're looking at that, and I know what's jumping out at you. Nick, you moved the Browns down? I know that's what jumps off the page. Yeah, I didn't think they were that impressive against the Texans. Neither did the committee. That was a tie game till Tyrod Taylor got hurt. The Packers stayed where they were. After steadying themselves, they've only played 1 good half. And the Bucks stayed where they were. We didn't hold against them the terrible quarter they played against Tampa. They played very well on offense and defense. They made timely plays. Number 1 contenders, the Rams and the 49ers. Both of these teams can beat you anyway. They can beat you with great defense. They can beat you on the ground, and they can beat you through the air. You might say, Nick, prove it to me. Okay, great. Rams play the Bucks. Niners play the Packers this week. I think the committee will be vindicated. And then the controversy. Then what cost my wife came downstairs and told the committee they needed to be quiet. Someone slammed a door. It was an ugly scene. All I'm going to say is this. You don't need to trust me. Trust Fox Bet or any of your favorite gambling establishments. I challenge anyone to find a sports book in America where the literal favorites are not the Kansas City Chiefs. Are not going to overreact to an aberration built on an anomaly. They're not going to overreact to a bad pick and an awful fumble. They are going to stay the course knowing, just like Vegas knows, that the favorites are still the Kansas City Chiefs. So there it is. These are not standings. These are not power rankings, Broussard. These are tiers. And they will not be bullied, even internal pressure from committee members. There it is. I usually say you're going to shower me with applause, but I know today's a controversial day, so go ahead. Do your best.
Yeah, it is. And Nick, I hate to do this after we just celebrated you for getting in the Hall of Fame, but Nick, please tell me that was a comedy routine and that's a typo at the top of your tiers and that Kansas City's really not number 1. So can we see the real list? Can we see the real tiers? No. Please tell me that was a comedy routine.
This is what do you mean? What do you mean? No, they're not the favorites.
Nick,
tell me why. Tell me why they're not the favorites. Tell me why they're not the best team in football. I'm just curious.
Look, all I can say is thank God that the Associated Press, the USA Today coaches poll, Quinnipiac, all these polls out here, are not run by your committee. Because this is ridiculous. And I like the Chiefs. But my goodness, how, Nick? How in the world can they be number one? Number one, they're coming off a loss. All right? Number two, they got arguably the worst defense in the NFL. All right? They're last in rushing by a mile. I get it. They've played some tough teams. But still, who they going to have to beat in the playoffs? Who they going to have to beat in the playoffs? Tough teams. Tennessee runs the football. Cleveland runs the football. Baltimore runs the football. All right, and then they're giving up 32.5 points a game. Patrick Mahomes has to wear his cape every single play for that defense. All right, and Tampa Bay, Nick, should clearly be number one. First of all, give them a little respect as the defending Super Bowl champions. All right. Secondly, they got the best, the best offense in football. They have even more weapons than Kansas City. And their defense, while it struggled, hadn't been nearly as bad as Kansas City's. And they have a track record that makes me say, you know what? They are going to improve. And not only do you not have them number one, you got the audacity to put them below the Rams and the 49ers. The Rams were lucky to beat an injury